Hello everyone. Well, it's been a long time now since we showed you some magic tricks, right? So as you've probably already guessed, today we prepared for you some very cool tricks that will definitely help you to convince others that you are the master of the element, or at least gambit. So without further ado, here are the secrets behind 5 famous tricks. Number 1. Sword stabbing trick. James Move once performed the grapes portrayed on Britain's Got Talent. Wave got himself trapped, but a system plays James on the tip of the sword and left him. Few seconds later the sport goes through his body, leaving the givers and judges completely in shock. The 2 helpers then left it in of the sword and he was all wine. The fridge generated quite a buzz and puzzle minions who couldn't believe how. Here's Jenna. Well, here's the secret: James and a special support on his back hidden under his clothes, and also he has a small slot to hold the sport in it. Now when the assistants placed him on the top, the sharp tip of the sword falls and is hidden inside the bottom part and then enters the hole in support. This makes James balance in the air. At the same moment a fake swat appears from the stomach, which as the device acquires the illusion of a swirl going straight through him. Wasn't it shocking? Number 2. Rabbits out of a hat. This trick has long been a classic in the world of illusions, but if he's still worried about the rabbit, you can calm down now. Viewers only see that the magician shows an empty hat and then miraculously pulls out a fluffy rabbit out of it. And there's also an opposite version. In fact, it's very simple. There are several secrets to this trick. Most often illusionists use 3 methods to hide the rabbit and the hat to perform this trick. The first option is to use a hat and a table with special holes through them. The magician pulls out the furry creature while pretending that an incredible miracle has happened. The second method is to use a special compartment in the hat to hide the small rabbit before pulling it out. Finally, more experienced illusionists prefer to use the third option, which uses sleight of hand. Actually, the fluffy friend is hanging in a bag attached to the table. Earlier, the magician only needs to put it in the hat with a quick movement so that no one will notice anything, and voila, it deserves a round of applause. Number 3. Split Man. This incredible pure magic trick is carrying hell out of the people with the body cut in half. If that's what you think, well, it's just a prank and you can to perfect it. Here's the secret: the split man illusion only works when you watch the performer from the front, but if you were to look from behind or even from the side, you'll notice that the performer is actually pulling off an incredibly awkward stance to make the illusion work, and it is clear that from his knees to the waist it is actually plastic manic pain created using baggy clothes and the other right body posture and the costume create the perfect illusion of a man holding his own length with one of his hands. Finally, you have it: the man cut in half was able to fully walk with his handmade costume and make it look that much more believable. Now before we. Number 4. Sword swallowing. This is really no trick, well, at least not a trick in the usual sense. The person who performs it literally puts the blade into his or her body and there's no spare throat, neither a secret pocket nor a double. To learn this skill you need to work and hard and of course have strong nerves. Interestingly, that's all of the person, the larger the sword can be, and hence the show will be more spectacular. But here are some details about it. First of all, the blade should not fall below the pit of the stomach. The main thing that you should learn as a beginner sword swallower is to feel this point. It has to be just a gentle touch, not more. That's why many sword eaters eat heavy food before the performance. You need to stretch your stomach a little so that a longer sword can fit, and the magician should also get used to controlling the gag reflex which appears when you start swallowing the sword. And of course, you can learn to control it, but you need to be prepared that it's gonna take some time. Anyway, you can always expect some trouble from your body. Hopefully after this video you'll learn how to surprise your friends with some of these tricks. Number 5. Produce card out of thin air. Ever seen a magician produce card out of thin air? It's one of those tricks, but the move is so cool that it looks so spectacular, and do not be fooled by the simplicity of the spray. It is very visual and can be real. Repetition may occur if to perfect it. The only thing you need is bank of cards and a lot of patience day out. Well, here's the secret: the magician places the card behind his hand on the back of his mom and gently opens his first finger, and the little finger then closes it with a very slight bow in the card. This is the first position where the audience thinks that the hand is empty. He then closes his hand and pushes his thumb onto the card as it sits on the nails of his middle and ring finger. Finally, he slides his nails out so that he's holding the card with the pads of his middle and ring finger. He pulls his trick off by increasing his hand movements to show both sides of his hand without flashing the car. As you can see here, the magician performs this trick with a great speed in the haunt itself that it hides any flashes of the car moving from back to front and then back again, thus making the car appear out of thin air. So do you like this trick? How would you perform if given a pack of cards? Did it work out for you? If you liked them, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to tell us in the comments which other tricks you'd like to see revealed. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.